Hello everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar. My name is Elizabeth. I'm from Tilda, and I'm very excited to welcome you all here today. So while people are joining, I will just explain what are we about to learn and discover. So today is a very special webinar because we are going to discuss something that we are observing at Tilda for a long time. So that's a trend that some of the designers are making websites, very complicated websites with lots of animation. They look amazingly, they stand out. And while you scroll, you cannot stop saying, oh my God, wow, wow, wow. And these websites tend to win a lot of awards. They become famous, they bring a name to the designer. But then there is a problem. The problem is when the designer meets a client, and then the client has a very precise business goals, right? So what the business websites need are conversions. And these designers that are very good in making very complex step-by-step animations or effects on scroll or even applying coding elements to make websites really stand out and create amazing effects, then when they are asked to create a simple, let's say, a simple business website that brings conversions and yet stands out from the competition, it's a challenge. And what they tend to make, as far as we can see, are very, let's say, very strict websites, very template-like websites that do bring conversions, but they look a little bit alike. So what we decided to do about that, we decided to invite a very special guest today, a UX UI designer from Rio de Janeiro, Deborah Avila, who is the co-founder of Didlu Incubator and art director. And we asked her one question: how can we combine these amazing wow effects that people do like, and we all like it, and designers like to work on it, and apply it to business websites so that the conversions are still there and people are able to find the CTA buttons and they're not getting lost into these layers of animation. So we asked her, and she's ready today to explain us how you can do this, how you can combine these two sides of web design and create amazing business websites that are still making your visitors go wow and yet bring conversions. Before we start, just two things I want to mention. First of all, the recording of this webinar will be available on our YouTube channel. So if you're not our subscriber yet, please do subscribe now and you will receive the reminder as soon as we have another webinar or as soon as this webinar is over and the recording is available. And the second thing is that for everyone who has registered for this webinar on the Tilda webinar website, there is a little surprise waiting for you tomorrow. You will all receive emails with a promo code for 3 months of Tilda personal plan, so that you will have 3 months of unlimited, almost unlimited Tilda features to experiment and to create something that Deborah will create today or something different, whatever you want. Anyways, so I think we're ready to start. And let me just bring Deborah to our stream. Hello, Deborah. How are you doing?
Hello, guys. Hello, everybody. Hi, Lisa.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you for joining and for making this webinar possible. So, yeah, I will just give the floor to you and good luck. And also, an important thing is that throughout the whole webinar, which will last for about 1 hour, you are very welcome to ask questions. Please do use the chat box on the side of this webinar. And after the webinar, as soon as Deborah is finished, I will ask all your questions to her, and she will be there to answer all of them. We will not let her go before all the questions are answered.
Don't worry, I'll
Okay?
be here. Yeah,
Don't
cool.
run
Thank you.
away.
Thank you, Lisa. It's awesome to meet all of you. Hello for the ones who doesn't know me. Hi to the ones who knows me already. So I'm here to show you guys how to create simple but yet impressive animations using zero block on a business website on Tilda. So let's start then. Um, Here's the website. Like, let me just refresh the page so I can show you guys the effects and everything that can happen. It's a little bit slow. I'm sorry for that. But as you may see, like the cards fall down and you have like hover effects going on and simple effects. And this kind of website, it's very important to know that it is normal for UI UX designers to build websites that showcase products. Like this one, for example. This one is showcasing a credit card, so you can have simple animations, nothing that it's too exaggerated, but things that can be awesome to represent your product. So, for example, let's depict this one. You see the cards falling down? That's the one that we're gonna work today. But not only that, as you can see the animation over here. It just flows and it's everything very smooth. And also the menu stays and it kind of have a bit of effect as well. That's something that's cool to understand as well when building a product website like this one. And let's go then. For now, the first thing to do whenever you're building whichever website you're building on Tilda, the first thing you have to do for sure is, let's go here. You have to set up the fonts. Never forget that. The fonts are the most important thing for the beginning. So you come here on site settings on your website, and then you come here on fonts and colors, and you can put a basic font that you can find on Tilda that, I mean, you can put on your own font and here you upload your files, or Adobe fonts or Google fonts, or you can use a font directly from Tilda. You can use Tilda Sans or whatever font they have in their library over here. But for this project, I'm gonna use a Google font named Poppins. And here it's Poppins. You come on Google Fonts, the website, and you find their Poppins. And you come here and select the family. When you select the family, it opens this sidebar over here, and you only have to click here on the link. It's this one over here. It's a bit messy, but if you find the HTTPS over here, then you only have to, select the rest of it, and then you copy, Command C, and then you go back here on the settings and you paste it. You paste it like that. And you put the name, Poppins, Poppins, and then you save the changes. And it's all right there. Okay, then you close and the fonts are installed. And let's go then to the website. Let's go to the blocks. When you click here, you open all the blocks. All the blocks are here. So for this website, I built one block. This is a second block. This is a third block. And then it goes. You have several blocks over here. And this is the nice thing about Tilda. It's the freedom to build several blocks and combine them into creating an awesome website like this one. And well, let's go on this block, for example. But first, I want to show you guys one thing that is important. It's like you have the library of blocks. Like if you come here in the end of the page, you're gonna see those little blocks that you can add, and you can find several options here of blocks. I mean, you have all in your hands, and all you have to do most of the cases it's only change the layout. It's that what I did, for example, here on the menu. I created a block. It's a block that is, um, it is it's a block of a menu, and then I changed the layout. I can show that later. But then going up, let's work on this block over here. Let's reproduce it together today. So going here, I can come, I'm just gonna leave this page here open so we can just be taking a look at the effect that we are gonna create today. And this one, I'm gonna show how it was created. Let's go here on block editor first. On block editor, you can see here that you have all the fonts and you have the layers separated, see? So I'm gonna show you guys how to create this. So at first, let's come here. Let's hide this one. Let's hide it. To hide this one, you just have to click on this little button here and you're gonna hide it. See? I'm just gonna hide it because I don't want to erase it. I just gonna hide it because I wanna, build it again and then show it how I did. So just click on the plus button and you come here on the plus. Let's go. The plus. Yes, okay. So about the plus here, I just want to create another block. You can create several kinds of blocks in here. It's very easy. You can select all kinds of block titles, images, and everything. It's all showcasing in here. But what I want to do is create a zero block. So I click in this last button here, zero block. And then I created a zero block. Let's open this block editor over here. And then you have, oh, this is the main screen for building your website on Tilda. This is great. So you have here, just to show you a little bit of how it works, you have here all the things you need. You have here the breakpoints. They are very important in creating because this screen is showing 1200 screen, and then you can see the mobile versions as well, and they are all over here, and you have to change all of them so you can see your website on different screens. For this one, I'm just gonna erase this screen, and what I'm gonna show you is a trick of how to export a file, a page from Figma to Tilda. So to do that, let's go on Figma. On Figma, you have your screen here, and what you have to do is come here on your little photo. You come on your little photo and you select settings. You come on settings and then you go down all the pop-up. And then here, I just have this one, as you can see, Tilda. I'm gonna revoke it and gonna create a new one. So your screen's just gonna show this way. You just come here and add like Tilda. Press enter and a token, it's gonna be created. What you have to do is to copy this token, as I did, and then you close it. Then you come here on Tilda, you click here on import, and then you paste here the token. The layout URL, you have to come into your page, your file, and then you go on your file. My file is divided into sections, and this is much easier to show, to export the file. All you have to do is to select your full layer, your full frame, and then you come here on export. Okay, wait. No, you don't come here on export. All you have to do in here. So this is your layer. It's important for you to separate the files like this one So I separated these ones. You have to separate them. It's best, even if you just copy them, like I pasted them, or I exported them and I put them on a file. As you can see, they are in SVGs. This is nice. And all you have to do is select this whole frame, and then you come here on share. When you come on share, you copy the link, and be sure to be selected the link to current selection. Copy the link and then you paste here. Let's paste it. Import. It's importing. Let's wait. Let's wait it. Okay. It imported. It's going. You have to wait a little bit because it takes the time to understand and take it off from Tilda and from Figma. Sorry, I'm putting on Tilda and it's going there. Let's wait. Okay, it comes. You see how this is all broken? No worries, because you already selected this file separately. So you have to export separately these files and then you paste it. So what I'm gonna do is let's go. I'm gonna ungroup all that because this one is cool. It's ready for me. This little one, it's a little bit broken, but that's not a problem at all. I'm gonna delete it. I delete it. And I'm gonna organize here more or less what I want it to be. And then what I have to do is go to your file and then you select everyone and paste it, drag and drop. And then you drop in here and you just have to wait a little bit and it's there. Cool. So what you have to do now is you have to select the files. You have all the selections in here. Oh, that's something important to mention is that you have your layers over here. And this is very important to, keep an eye over here, just to be, selecting and working on it. So you have all the cards over here. I'm just gonna select, you can just view or unview a file just like this, see? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unview and view some files. And for example, I have this one that is, let's see, which one is this? Oh, it's the last card. It's very clear. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's very clear. And well, the one thing that you can do to make it better, to be, to understand a little bit better how to put and drag and drop a file, is to drag and drop separately. I selected all of at once, and it can be a little bit confusing for you to separate the files over here. So let's do that instead of, copying and pasting every single one. So what I have to do is only to, let's go on the screen, for example. So I'm gonna drag and drop over here. And I just have to wait a little bit. Let's wait. Oh, here it is, my card. Cool. So I have this card. Let's drag and drop the other one. What's the second one? Doesn't matter. I can organize it later. So I have this one and I have, let's go. I have this one. Let's go. And if anytime you want, you can just save your file and you can also close it and, preview if you want to. But I don't want to do that. So what I'm gonna do is just, keep working on that. I have the black card in here. So what I'm gonna do is I have all the cards I want. So I just have to organize them. Well, I want the black card to be here. I want this one to be on top of the black. So I have to move over here and it's on top of the black, not on top of all of the cards. So I just have to move, basically just that. Okay, so let's say that that's the position I want it to be. I want it to be in this position. This is the final position I want. So what I have to do is Well, I'm just gonna unsee all of it, and I'm just gonna see this one. Okay, so let's go down in here, and you can see this step-by-step animation over here. You click on it, and then what you have to do is you select an event. Well, the event I want to select is just the element on screen because I want it to show just when I reach to the screen, to this side of the layout, and then the animation happens. But you can choose to, when you're scrolling down or hovering, all the kinds of type of things that you want, you can put in here. But let's go on element on screen, and I'm gonna show on window bottom. This is something that it's nice for you to experiment. So for you to keep experimenting, let's just update this page over here, and let's press this button, preview. Gonna show you why I'm doing that. So I'm just gonna put here preview, and then I'm gonna keep working. Okay, because when I save it, see, I'm gonna save it. And when I just refresh the page, it shows on the preview what is happening. So you don't have to just close it and then open the preview and then open another page. You don't have to do that. You only have to swipe the tabs, just that, and switch the tabs, I mean. And then let's go on the animation. So what I have to do is to the start trigger, it's on the window bottom. It's okay, I don't want it to look. So the start, the step one, I want it to be, let's see, I want it to come from the outside the window. I just want it to come from the top and then go down. So from the top, I'm gonna put duration 0 and opacity 0 as well. And then I'm gonna add a step, and then I'm gonna go down, more or less the place I wanted it to be first. And then I come here on duration, and I can put like 1, and I can put the opacity. But maybe 1, it's too fast. So this is something that is you have to be testing. So animation of any kind until you have to keep testing, and you have to just experiment. That's the great thing. You can experiment. Oh, this timing is not really cool. Let me try another one. That's basically it. So going here, I have the duration of 1. Okay, I put the duration. It's already here. What I can do is copy the animation, copy it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the next card, that is this one, and I'm gonna paste the animation. Wow, the whole animation is here. What I'm gonna do is just that I'm gonna change a little bit the number. Gonna put the duration 1.2 because it's gonna be a little bit slower than the black card. So the black card will fall fast and the second card will fall slower. That's the deal over here. And then I'm just gonna apply them to the rest of it. Paste animation. I put 1.2, gonna put 1.3. And then for the next one, the last one, paste animation. Step 2, okay, gonna put duration 1.5. So let's see how it goes. Let's press save. Let's refresh the preview and check how it goes. Voila! Here's the fact. Let's see it again. So if you didn't like anything at all, you can just change. I noticed that they are a little bit dull. What I can do for each of one of it, I can go select everyone, and well, here it's the animation itself. What you can do is select one, and you can go and edit. On step 2, I wanted the easy to be like ease in and out. Let's see if it makes it better. Gonna apply that for each one. This is the thing that I was mentioning before. You have to keep testing. I mean, if you didn't like the linear, then, well, let me apply for the other ones and check maybe it can be better. Then I'm gonna save. Let's see how it goes, if it makes any difference. Let's go. I'm gonna put on play. Wow, I think it's better. I think it's better because now the effect it's smoothly, it's running smoothly. Now you can see that they goes like a pillow or a cloud even. So it's cool for me. But what is missing here, guys? It's missing the effect on this little thing here. What I can do is just, well, I don't want to put a step-by-step animation. What I want to do is a basic animation. Let's go on that then. So what I want to do is just fade in left, maybe. Let's play the element. Well, it's too fast. I want it to be longer than, wow, okay, maybe longer. Wow, more aesthetic, right? So, okay, I like it. So you just have to change the duration of stuff, you see, and the distance as well. I just don't want it to come from far ahead from here. I just want it to just, it's a shorter distance. It's okay for me. Okay, what I can do as well is I can just copy the animation to the clipboard. And then I click here and I come here on basic animation. I just click here on paste animation and the animation is pasted and you have it all. So I just want to apply it for each one and it's cool. See, let's save and check the animations. Let's go. Okay, the animation is there. So this would be the simple animation, the basic animation, and the usage of the step-by-step animation. Let's see it again. Woohoo! So this one showed with all of this. Well, what I can do if I don't want to is I just have to work here on the trigger offset. If you change the trigger offset, then you change when it will be showed up, you know? So that's basically it. And well, the thing is you have to set up your breakpoints. That's very important. So, for example, one thing that is important is to, keep in mind the guides over here. You can't, pass the limits of the guides. They are the guides. So, for example, for this part, this website here, I just want it to be kind of centralized, you know. And if I want to, centralize this one, I just can, select everyone and come here. Well, it's within the limits, so it's cool. So let's go on mobile. On mobile, that's one other thing. So on mobile, you have to switch on the animation if you want it to be on your mobile as well. But for some animations, like for example, some parallax or some scroll parallax, they can be a little bit weird on mobile, so that's not something that you would like to put. But for basic animations like this one that I worked on here, it can be okay. And what you can do as well, it's, just work on that like that. You just have to drag here to change, the size of it. What I want to do as well, it's just that I'm just working on the breakpoints. And what I'm gonna do is, let's see how it stays if I just switch on this animation as well. What I'm gonna do is switch on this animation as well. And if I press switch on the animation in one breakpoint, it copies to the other one. So you don't have to click on, you know, um, switch on the animation all the time. So all you have to do is just once. And well, for here, it's just being like that. So I don't want it to be cut. And what I have to do is just work on the size. Just gonna be working on the size a little bit for 14 pixels. It's a great number for mobile, and just gonna keep this way. It's okay for me. And here um it's the minimum size here for mobile. What I'm gonna do is just do that, and that's not a problem. I mean, to just shrink down the things. I mean, the effect it's gonna be the same. You don't have to worry about that, and all you have to worry is to keep things inside the grids, inside the guides, and that's the most important thing actually. And what you can do is, well, I want this to be a huge title, but it's being the way. So what I have to do is just, make the page bigger, you know, um, and then just work on that. And I work here and I work here. Oh, here I have to, work like that because it's just a photo, but that's not a problem at all. Let's say I want it to be like that, and this one is like that. Okay, cool. And this is like the background that came with the Figma import. Okay, so, okay, breakpoints are ready to go. And okay, see, I worked on that very fast. As you can see, some breakpoints can take, a while. You know what I mean? But that's great. I mean, you have great results with that. So you press save, and let's check here. Just gonna um, refresh the page. It's all working. What I'm gonna do actually is that I am going to check. Let's work on here. You can check the breakpoints just on the preview. So here I'm checking the 1200, and then you come to this one. For example, if you click on 1024, you have the breakpoints all here, and it's working the same. The effects, and you can apply them and you can work on them. It's basically the same. And here you can also, you know, and then for mobile, this one is for tablets actually, but you can see it as a mobile as well, and it changes the menu. The menu is here because I put this style of menu, then the style is like that, but you can choose several styles for menu on the gallery. And then you have this one, and you have the, that breakpoint, the last breakpoint, that's the one, and you have to check it. The main thing you have to do actually is to check it directly on your phone. So grab your phone and check it always. Never do only here, because it's great for you to understand the usage and also the experience of scrolling down on directly on your phone. And plus, your phone can be different from this selected size. So what you can do is click here, for example, and choose add a new breakpoint. And you can choose, for example, 375, and you can add a new breakpoint. That's cool. And or you can delete or add a new one. And what I used to do is to put this size as well, 1920, and save. And then I can work on this size as well, but it's not always. It's not everybody who has this screen that big, but that's not a problem at all. So basically, it's this. What you have to do is just then save, and when you finish, you close, and then you publish. To publish, it's going to appear your name, the name of your website. So for you to choose the name of your website, you have to come here on Tilda website. For example, this is the one. You come here on site settings, and then you choose here the name of your website, the website title. And here's the subdomain that is on Tilda for free. And but you can connect your custom domain as well. It's another history, but you can just put another name, like I'm Deborah like that, and it's gonna be okay. So it will appear when you press here to publish, like publish all pages. You can put in here as well, and then you open your home page, and it's gonna be all there. Okay, so this is it. I think I covered all the animations styles in here. And well, I chose this particular block because it showed a simple animation mixed with a step-by-step one, and you can mix both when creating your awesome website. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Lisa, do you want me to show anything else? Just let me know. I'm here. Hello, hello.
No. Hello. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Hi.
so much, Deborah. That was very interesting. I think people do appreciate it, and probably more questions will appear now. Yeah, I really like the effect that you chose. Looks, yeah, it stands out quite a lot. And here we have the first question from Simon. So he's asking, how does horizontal scrolling work with zero block? Uh, yeah, that's quite a good question. I don't know if you had a chance to work with horizontal scrolling so far on Zero Block.
Well, I have an idea. I've experimented once. Let's try something here. Let's build a new block. Let's go here and let's go on zero block. You have templates as well that you can use. You know, the ID templates, you can use that as well. But what I would do to have um, a horizontal scroll is that I would put an effect like, for example, let's work very quick with this image here. Let's choose a less intrusive color. So what I would do is just I add a step-by-step animation. I go to element on screen or hover. I would go on scroll for sure. And then I have this one start. I'm gonna start like, for example, gonna start in this, the center, and then I would add another step that goes there, like that. And then you have the kind of the scrolling. So imagine that this block is the content of the website. You can just put that in drag and you can have the scrolling, because when you do that, I put on scroll. So that's why when you scroll down, this block is gonna move. So let's see on the preview. Maybe it's gonna be a little bit messy because I just put the block in the middle of the website, but that's not a problem. It's just here. Let's go on preview and check if the block is working correctly. Let's go. Here is on preview. Oh, see? So it would be something like that. But of course, it's very fast. You have to work on the timing and everything. And what you have to do is back to editing. And then you go here on the block. It would be something like that, Lisa.
Yeah, it looks nice. I think it's the idea is this that you just demonstrated, that you put the element outside of the artboard, and then you as you scroll you bring the element toward the artboard. And we also have a little video tutorial which is a part of the web animation course that we just shared in the chat box, so you can go ahead and check it out. And there we explain how to actually do the horizontal animation on scroll on Zero Block.
Yeah,
um, Cool, thank you. Another question was from me. So that's regarding the menu. How did you make this branded menu that you mentioned while you were showing the mobile version? Yeah, if you
sure.
can just quickly go through this. Is it made on Zero Block or is it a standard block? How did you do it?
Sure. So to build this menu, so if nobody worked on the saw the menu before, is this one, and it follows meanwhile you're scrolling down, and then you all you have to do is you come here to build a new block, and I chose one of the menus over here. And what you can do is choose one that makes sense with your website, your UI, and everything. And for example, the one that I am working, let's see, it's ME 201, and let's put this one so we can check. Like menu 201, it's this one. Here it is. It comes like that, black with something written. What you have to do is actually you have to go on settings, and here on settings you can see it all. I mean, you can come here and change the menu height and change the background. I put the same color of this banner, this top header here. I put the same color as it is in here, and also like oh sorry, and for the logo, like we have the logo like that. You can just type the name of your brand, or you can come here on content, and then for your logo, you just upload your logo in here. So you just have to drag and drop or upload, and it's gonna appear here. And you have the menu items as well. So you have about, works, and contacts. That's a standard one that you can just link with your pages, your different pages, and then you just link in here, and it's all cool. And and it will follow you meanwhile you are scrolling down. It's just gonna follow you. So it's basically that's the same one in here. I just changed. Let's check. I changed the menu items text color. This color here, it's this one. I put the alignment on the right, and the font size I put 16. I put the fonts using Poppins, that is that standard font that I chose from Google Font. And the active menu color would be the hover, or when you select an item. And you have here menu background. That's the one that I chose, this one. And also what I worked in here is the menu height. This one is 70 pixels. I put 100 pixels. I think it's better, more clearer. And yeah, basically that's how to create a very fast menu. But also, of course, you can create a menu using here zero block. And if you want to build one, you just have to come here and start creating one, and you have to just adjust the size. I want it to be 100 pixels, for example, and then you work on your layout over here. It's just like that. So here
Right.
is this.
And then maybe you want to set it as a header, right? And the site settings in case you have multiple pages
Yes.
in your website, so that you don't need to recreate or duplicate this menu to each page of your website. Like in this
Yes.
product page, that's not interesting because it's only one page website. But in case you
Mhm.
have a business website with many inner pages, that would be a good idea to set it as a header, and so that you create it once and then it appears on all the pages automatically.
Yeah, what's
Nice.
a great deal as well, it's if you have a blog that you wanted to repeat to each page that you have, and you don't want to go to on settings and do that, you can just click here and add the block to your library. And you can use the block in several moments in several websites that you have, and it's gonna be like that. I use that a lot, the block library. I use that a lot.
Yeah, yeah, good to know. Great. So we have more questions here. Emmanuel is asking, what more effects can be added? Well, it's kind of a tricky question because I feel like if we talk about a basic animation, the number of effects is limited, and this we can list. But if we talk about step-by-step animation, it's kind of unlimited, the number of
Yeah.
possibilities. What do you think, Deborah?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I can show our website on Didlu, for example, It has several animations, as you can see, and like the little things that can happen. This is all using zero block animations. You know, all the animations are there. The little guy here surfing. It's all using zero block and step by step animation. So you can do several stuff in here, and also like you can go. Your mind is what commands. That's the thing that called for me attention on Tilda. It's the possibility of creating several styles of animations and stuff that you just can go wild on your imagination. And that's the thing on the animations on Tilda. You can just go wild.
Yeah, that's amazing. Cannot take my eye off your website.
Yeah,
It's so cool. You can find the link in the description. We added it, so go check Didlu. It's really
yeah,
cool. The guys are cool, and the website is cool as well. Right. So then we have several questions regarding fonts. As you started from the fonts, you said it's like the first thing you need to set before even you go into the design, before you go into the layout, because indeed, if you choose different font, then the entire design will be affected. And so folks are asking here, how many fonts can we set until there for one project? Like by default, there are two fonts, right? The one for
yeah.
heading and the one for the body text. Um, do you happen to need more? And if yes, how do you go about it? And then I will share. I have one shortcut from my
You
designer
do.
friends. I do, yes, how to have more than two. But first, I want to know your expert opinion. Do we need more than two fonts on one website?
Well, it's not very used. I mean, not many designers work on more than two. I mean, you can find designers that can work on three options, but not more than that, because fonts, it's something that it can be quite tricky because it can just pollute your website, your design, if you choose too many different fonts. And so the main thing when you're designing is to choose one heading and one body, and that's why Tilda you can choose two fonts. But let me know your shortcut. I'm very interested in knowing.
Yeah, so I can share this. If you stay here, so you have the last tab here is your own font, where you can, yeah, if you just go back to site settings,
Site settings.
fonts and colors, yep,
Yeah,
the last tab is your own font, so you can either use basic fonts, Google fonts, or Adobe fonts. And here in your own font, you can upload your font file. So yeah, if you go ahead and click on that button, you can
oh
add
yeah. Hmm.
several ones. So the trick is that if you want to use, if you really want to go wild and use different fonts, you can use all of those. How would you say, all of those possibilities to upload the files. But the thing is that you need to name the files in a way that it has the same name as if it was the one font with different weights, right? So because here you have thin,
Yeah,
extra light, light, normal, and up to black. But inside of those files, you can put different fonts. And then
yeah,
until that, when you go back to zero block and you choose the font for the text box, uh, what you're gonna see is the name of the font and then its weight, like Poppins Light or Poppins Black. But
yeah,
in this case, you will see the different fonts actually, and that's how you can um, go around it. So don't tell
yeah.
anyone that I told you
That's
this.
amazing because I did that once for a website. I worked on several fonts. I was just kind of experimenting here because I wanted to give three fonts, and I worked on thin and extra light, and it all shows directly here. Let me just show you guys where it shows so you can see the difference, because like I chose Poppins, and Poppins from, if you see here on Google Fonts, you can see all the weights of the fonts. And if you come here on Tilda, you can set the typeface and poppings, and you have the weight, and you have all the weights. So that will happen when you upload your font as well, working on that way that Lisa told you. So that's all here.
Exactly, exactly. That's correct. So I hope it helps. We have another question from Sue. And the question is, the only block that is fully editable, is it zero block? So is zero block the only block that is fully editable until that? Um,
No, you can
no.
answer. Come on.
Yeah, short answer, no. Longer answer, so there is a zero block that allows you to do everything, go wild, create animation, and do whatever you want, as Deborah just showed you. But there is also a huge library of more than 550, almost 600 different pre-designed blocks. And when we say pre-design, it doesn't mean that it's pre-designed and it comes in a box and you cannot do anything about it. Vice versa, we did it in a way, like Tilda did it in a way that each block is a section. It represents basically a section. So you can have galleries, menus, different types of covers for the page, text boxes, etc., etc. So how to add this block? You add it from the block library. And once you added it, you can go ahead and edit basically everything. In your settings tab, you can edit the appearance of the block, and in the content tab, you edit the content. So for example, in a block, I don't know, maybe you wanna give an example, Deborah, if you yeah, if you have favorite block or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, so that's the library.
Um, yeah, if you want to, I mean, for the footer,
Mm,
I chose this footer. You're saying like a block, like using from the library, or
yeah,
from,
yeah, from the library, just
or
to
okay.
give an idea of how we modify the pre-designed ones.
Yeah, for example, let's see here. I chose this one. If I want to change it, come here on content, and I can change it here. And it's gonna be basically like that. But I can convert it to zero block. And if I do that, I convert, and then it's a zero block. And then I can just edit the block itself like that. So everything you can convert to zero block, and you can work on it.
Yeah, that's a great tip indeed. So yeah, you can either go and modify the pre-designed block without converting it even to zero block, because everything is modifiable, as Deborah just showed. No, the background color,
Yeah,
the images, the text, the alignments, and even you can create a limit to show one design of the block, like one option of the design of the block for mobile devices and another one for the desktop devices. Yes, the block visibility, it's called, this setting. Or you can just switch it to zero block, and you will save all the time that you would prepare this design. It will be already there in zero block, and then you will start from it and tune it to what you like, to the layout that you like.
yeah.
Yep, that's correct. Cool. I have one more question for you. Um, Thinking about designers that are just starting their career, and I was just thinking, like, now, how many softwares, how many webinars like ours are there happening maybe in the very same moment with ours. And so the question is how to choose and what to focus on if you're a young designer. Like, are there any mm, essential skills or softwares, or in general, what a young designer should focus on, and how to say no to all of this wave of information that is falling on your shoulders, and you don't know what to focus on? How would you navigate that
Well,
sea?
yeah. Well, I think that all you have to start doing is to search for references always. So there are several websites that you can search for references, like allarts.com, for example. It's a great example of cool websites. And there are several Tilda websites over here as well. That's where I found out about Tilda actually. And because of the awards websites that Tilda can provide. But well, it's you can just search for references, and when searching for references, the thing you have to keep in mind is the typography. That's something very important. I mean, so if you separate informations like that, like colors, typography, and disposition of elements, then you kind of cover all the design aspects that you'll need for a start. I mean, so for this layout here, as we are checking, we can see typography, we can see disposition, and disposition would be the positioning of the elements. So you have this guy over here, you have the, so you have all the things. So for example, in here, you have the position of this woman, you have the positioning of the text. It's all very clear. So the clearer, the better. What many designers can find difficult at first is to combine the information with the clean aspect. So you can see here that it's very clear. And what you know, when you are starting with design, what you can maybe do is to, you know, put all the informations just right there. You just put all the information there, and you just have to learn how to clean that up. You just remove all the informations that are not very important and keep the ones that really matter. Like this one, you have the title, you have, I mean, you have a heading, you have a subheading, you have a button, a CTA, and some a bit of information, and that's it. I mean, that's the most important thing when you're working with design. You know, to separate a nice typography, nice colors, you know, not many colors, not too many colors. You work with one color palette and you go with it. And, you know, also the colors, well, I just lost myself. The colors, the typography, and the disposition, because the disposition is where you're gonna make your layout clear. So, you know, keep it clean. It's all the things that really matters today. I mean, the trendy websites, I mean, especially for business, they're all basically like that. They want it to be clean. If you're building dashboards, platforms, they have to be clean as well. I mean, of course, that if you are creating a website just like Didlu, and you want it to go crazy with information and you just want it to, you know, be weird, you can go, you go and be weird. It's not a problem. It depends on the style, it depends on the information you want to give, it depends of it all. So basically it's like that. You have just to filter colors, fonts, and disposition, that it would be the spacing of it all. So you have to search for references and check references like that. You know, oh, this font is nice and it's occupying the whole thing. How can I work on that? How can I, you know, work on a big typography as this one and still being clean? I mean, so many questions, but if you take closer look at all of it, then you can learn a lot. I mean, so basically what I'm telling is you can learn by observation. That's all.
Right. Yeah, it's true. I would agree because we are so much overwhelmed with information from everywhere. So that the more information you put in on your website, the less is the chance that people will go through it and will even stay there. Because yeah, according to all these statistics, the people decide if they stay on the website or not within like first 3 seconds. It's the same time that we decide if we are falling in love with the person or not from the first time, more or less.
You fall in
So
love
yeah,
with the website for sure.
exactly. And here
Yeah,
we can manipulate. We can do something about that. About falling in love, we cannot do much. So yeah,
you can't. Yes.
uh, Very nice advice. Thank you. We have one more question. That's an easy one. So Patrick is asking you to show the zero block templates, and we do have the category pro and the template gallery of Tilda.
Yeah, sure. So
No,
when
no,
you're gonna build a new
yeah.
page, isn't it?
No, Patrick is
No?
saying that he meant animation templates in zero block. Okay, I
Oh,
guess it's about the web animation course. So you can just Google web animation course until the.
let's go. Web
Let's go. Animation
animation course. So
till the.
let's go.
Yep.
It's this
Free
one, right?
practical guide. Voila. Yes. So if you
Yeah,
go there,
let's go there. Hmm.
yep,
Yeah,
you have more than 20 different animation effects broken down with videos. And the coolest thing is that every effect, yeah, that's the first introduction chapter that explains the whole theory of web animation. And then you can just pick an effect, whatever you like, and it's going to be available as a template. So let's choose, yeah, let's say this one. Okay. Yep. And then if you go down, normally there should be a template ID. Voila. Yeah, that's the template ID. And can you show Deborah how to, yeah, how to
how
use
to
it?
use it? Let's go then. You come here onto the on your website. I mean, when you build one, you go on create a new page, and then you scroll down to the bottom, enter template ID, create new page, and it's gonna be there. All there.
Great. Yeah, and that's true for all the other effects too. So you can just you go ahead and see how they are created, all of the settings and so on. Thank you very much. You helped a lot. Thank you. Thank you for your questions. Well, I think we're ready to wrap up. It was an amazing webinar. Time just flew. It's already 1 hour
Yeah.
that we're talking. It was super interesting, Deborah. Thank you so much for showing everything in detail, and so fun. It's very interesting to listen to you always. And people, the
Oh,
reaction of
thanks.
people, if you go through them, they're saying very cool. They love you. You're the best.
Yeah.
Very fun website. Of course, a lot of
Cool.
compliments to your Didlu website, and
They
I
did
do
look,
join.
yes.
Yeah, the Didlu, amazing website, amazing job.
Thank you.
So it
Yeah.
was a pleasure to have you. Hope you will come back to explain something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys, you're always welcome to come up with the topics or questions that you want to be covered in the future, because we
Yeah.
host the webinars regularly, and there are more to come. Definitely more things to come, and we are very much curious to know what you guys are interested in, so that yeah, we are doing it for you.
Thank you,
Um,
guys. It was awesome meeting you. Thank you, Lisa. Bye.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.